Nice.
It's a little delay.
Thanks, man. I don't know. Switch it up. Keep your toes.
Episode 11, Premier League and Pints. The boys are here.
The aliens finally dropped Garrett off.
Garrett's back.
I am back. The beer is back. Talking is back. Podcast is back. It wasn't gone. I just was.
But we're back.
Okay.
And game week.
And we had games.
We did have games.
And guys, it's December, so it's Christmas season. So we have a tree.
Oh, yeah. On the video, there's a tree. If you're listening, just imagine a tree.
Believe us, we're not lying.
Yeah. Be a weird thing for us to lie about.
Yeah,
He looks
it's
like
like,
what we
like
lied about.
aliens or something.
Oh my God, no way.
Okay. we gotta just swing right past that. By the way, I was not abducted by
So
aliens.
game week 10.
Game week 10.
Game week 10.
Or as the professional term is, Matchday 10.
Shut up.
As your Matchday is a stupid name because they're not all played on the same day. So
Match week.
Weekend.
Match week is
Match
better.
week. Well, it's not weekends. Some games on Fridays and Mondays.
I'm saying that's a poor choice in words by them. Okay.
I feel like we're spending way too much
Yeah,
time.
let's get it. Let's get into it.
All right, boys and girls. Newcastle and Crystal Palace was the first game of the week, whatever you want to call it. And see, now I'm in my head about it. Newcastle wins this one 2-0 over Palace.
Nothing happened to literally the 88th minute. It was
I mean,
Nothing happened at all.
not a very exciting fixture looking at it, like right off the bat. Crystal Palace, Newcastle, kind of teams that can go either way.
was it 2 weeks ago where we were like, we really aren't giving Palace enough credit.
Yep.
Yep.
They're such a good team.
Oh, yeah.
We're just not. And then we do the Premier League and Pints jinx, and then they lose 2-0 to Newcastle.
They lost last week too.
Did they?
I think they have a rough stretch right now. I could be wrong, but I think they did lose. They've definitely slowed down.
Oh, yeah,
a bit.
that last week, fuckfaces Burnley beat them.
Oh yeah.
Hate that team.
These are two kind of bad losses for Palace, who were playing good before.
Yeah, and without it, they didn't have Zaha, which for them is a big loss.
Yeah, for them it is. But, I mean, these are two teams that I think me and Dan may have touched on it last week, that you never really know with them. Like, they can either come out and play great, or they can come out and look awful.
Yeah.
And I guess Newcastle just kind of got Palace on that awful day. And, I mean, like Dan said, it was a pretty boring game. And there's 2 goals in the last, 3 minutes?
Yeah.
So, I mean, clearly neither team really came out and took advantage of it. And then I guess eventually Newcastle just kind of...
Floodgates open.
Yeah, just
for
said,
2.
Screw it. It's time. We have to do something now.
Yeah, and then after the Wilson goal, like Crystal Palace was like really high press
Yeah,
and
they
like
just-
trying the last second to save a point and got countered and
Yeah.
kind of unlucky. I mean, it was kind of a nice finish by Joelinton. Like he kind of faked out the last defender and just took a shot on net and took an unlucky deflection to the goalie, just went out of his reach. So probably could have been what's what I'm looking for? Prevented.
No.
But
I honestly didn't know, so it's a
I
good
thought you
thing you
started to
found it.
see the first time.
Yeah,
I did. It
Is
just
he going for conventional? That's all I think.
I was like, I got nothing, Dan.
I'm not a good talker, so
Then you're
You're
a
not a
great
good
talker.
talker.
Me
Have
speak bad.
Have you heard me speak?
me no speak good. Okay. So shout out to Newcastle, good win. Moving on.
Yeah, probably one of the most surprising results, I would say, of the weekend.
I can't wait, dude. I'm gonna go off on Klopp. He's a
Liverpool and Brighton, they wind up tying 1-1. I mean, I know Brighton is at home, but for Liverpool, it is just terrible. I mean, you don't drop points like this. I mean, yes, they have, some players out. I know, I was just going to go off on Klopp. I know Salah got pulled in this one, and he was fucking furious.
Well, he got pulled when they were up, which
Yeah.
a lot of people had a problem with because they were only up 1-0. It was kind of like a
When
sub,
did he
like,
come
this
out?
game's like in the bag, and it wasn't clearly.
luck was not on their
Came out in
side.
the 64th. So 4 minutes after they score, they take him out.
Yeah,
So
I
I guess,
mean-
he's coming back.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to work him back into it, but I mean, you bring a guy like that off. I mean, it's kind of. I mean, you brought a Mane for him, which doesn't really completely kill your attack.
Right. I mean, it's not a
Come on.
bad sub, but now is this is the game? I think I'm just gonna look back. This was the VAR first controversy, where they had the offsides goal, right?
There was a couple VAR things in this one.
Right. But the last one we'll get to at the end. But the first VAR one was it Salah?
Was Salah who was off by like a millimeter.
Right. Okay. So we're gonna address this real quick because even though we've addressed it 100 times, the best suggestion I've heard to fix the VAR problem.
Was for me.
No,
Okay.
it was. They talked about it on the broadcast. I think it's like the Norwegian Soccer League, right? So what they did was they used the same line sort of system. I just hit the microphone. The same line system. So this is how you fix the issue.
Mm-hmm.
You use the same system. You thicken the lines on the actual graphic itself, and if the lines touch in any way, it's onside and it's a goal.
What do you mean? How much do you thicken it?
Well, they whatever they said by millimeters on the screen itself, but they made the lines thicker, and if in any way they touch, it doesn't matter what line is overlapping what line. If they touch, it's a goal.
But I mean, is that really a good solution?
It is, in my opinion, because
I don't know.
I'm over.
What do the Norwegians know about soccer anyway?
I am over the millimeter offside decisions. No.
You know what they should do?
But-
They should get rid of VAR. Here's a thought.
But the
Yeah,
thing
they'll
is,
never do that,
if,
though, unfortunately.
again, I'm not disagreeing. I don't know what's gonna fix it. But you said they should get rid of the millimeter decision. But if he's offside, he's offside. I get it. It comes down to millimeters. It's kind of bullshit, and like you're really nitpicking there. But if he's offside, he's offside. So I could see, what the Norwegian, what they're doing. I could see how that works. I could see why that's a good thing. But I can also still, if I don't want to, you could still see the argument for what the Premier League's doing. Because if you're off, you're off.
Yeah.
No matter how much you're off by,
I just hate it.
I know.
And I
I know, I do
don't
too.
like Liverpool. Like, let me get like. It's not like I want them to win. It's just so anti. The thing is, like, everyone hates it. Like, I don't think anyone is like every player, every coach,
Yeah.
every
Jack
team.
Grealish even just came out and said like it's ruining the game, and like I
Right.
think even James Milner was like it's ruining my love for the game.
But
like,
now, after it's been in the league for so long, and it's in the European tournaments and stuff. Can you just say
They're never gonna
we're
get rid of
done
it.
and just take it? Yeah, you can't,
It's
right?
unfortunate, but they're never gonna get rid of it. They could
You
maybe
can't just take it away
limit
now.
to what it can do, maybe at some point if it's.
But
Really
I feel
that-
like after all these offsides, controversies, that's not going to be one of the things to take away. It can't be.
Well, it's
Because
like
you think about the amount of teams that have gotten screwed over for scoring by a millimeter, and then they're offside. You can't just be like, okay, that's one of the things we're going to take away. So now the past 2-3 years, all those teams who got screwed are just like, well, what the fuck?
Well, it's even like what's funny is like sometimes even the teams that win because of these decisions are like, yeah, I'm not really a big fan of it either. Like even the teams that have gotten the result because of a call are like, it's just not it. It's
Yeah.
not it.
I think I remember it might have been last year or something. It might have been West Ham's coach.
It might have been early this year even.
Yeah, and they got a result and won because of a VAR call, and he's like, "Yeah, we got lucky today." Like
I think it was
it's,
this year. I think we were talking about that on here.
Yeah, it might have been. He's like, "Yeah, we got lucky. I mean, without VAR, like we wouldn't have won this game or something, or wouldn't have gotten that goal."
And then my issue with it is too, like I said, you could change what it does, but you still look back to last season, right? I think it was with West Ham or Villa, where that ball at one point crossed the goal line,
Right.
and because the goal line technology couldn't pick it up, they couldn't go to VAR, and if they did, it was clearly in the net.
Yeah, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
So, I mean, you're showing the replay on TV, like, yeah, it's clearly a goal.
Yeah.
So why can't they just be like, hey, ref,
It went
it's
in.
in. And then he's like, no, I have to goal line.
Yeah.
Like, all right, then at this point, say screw goal line technology and just
make it
use VAR.
Right.
I mean, I get it. Like, he gets, like, the buzz on his watch.
Right, but like
even
if
that
a
doesn't
human
work.
eye can see that it crossed the line, then
Yeah.
Then, yeah, like, if you have a guy sitting there on VAR who clearly sees this, but he's probably thinking, well, nothing I can do. That's not part of the rules. Like I think the issue, a VAR, yeah, it sucks.
correct.
Like,
But here's the thing.
it's ruining
though.
the game. But if you're gonna have it in, you really have to hammer out the rules on what it can do, what it can't. Like, you have to figure that out.
Well, right, but like, so it sucked. We hated it here, and then, in my opinion, I don't know about your guys' opinion. We talk about it. Like, I think the PK call at the end of this game because of VAR, I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
I had no problem with it. It was 100% a foul. The ref didn't see it, and it was a PK.
Yeah.
So like there, like I mean, it worked.
The biggest issue is consistency.
Yeah.
I think with it, and like you were saying before, like they need to iron out the rules, and we've talked about this plenty of times on the podcast. But the one thing I'll say is, it's just, I don't know, it ruins the game, man.
It does.
I agree.
It ruins the
Yeah, we
game.
agree.
Like I understand the idea behind it, and I think the reason why it's under so much criticism is because people thought VAR was the end all be all. Soccer will be perfect now. Every decision will be right. Now it's gonna be like, oh, if it's an offsides, it's offsides. It'll make the game right. But now it's like
There's more controversy than ever.
there's
Yeah,
more
it's actually
controversy.
worse.
I think like decisions aren't clear, and it's just ruining the game. And that's our segment on VAR, our weekly segment
Yeah, we're
on
good for
VAR.
at least one every 2 weeks.
I mean, because it's the problem is that it's a speaking point every single week.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I mean, then who are we to say? But like us or like even professionals.
What do you mean?
Premier
We're
League
a podcast. We're professionals. It's fine.
Of course, but when professionals like us
Cheers.
are speaking about this every week, and there's something to touch on with VAR.
Professionals like us, come
Yeah.
on. It just sounds terrible.
Yeah, professionals like us, as one of our members here got abducted last week. Yeah, we're professionals, all right.
But like, but it does ruin the game. It is ruining the game.
Speaking of-
it's ruining the every time you score a goal, there's like that freaking millisecond of like, but is it?
Yeah. The eyes go right to the monitor or the ref to be like, am I good?
Speaking of the game, this game ended 1-1.
Oh yeah, it did.
We should probably get back to the
Right,
game.
the pen. They scored a pen late. Got called.
Well, Brighton missed a penalty
Right,
in
I
the
was
game
actually
too.
about to go
Yeah.
back. Yep.
It was definitely a foul. It was Nico Williams, like the young outside back for Liverpool, was filling in for Trent, I think. Fouled him. Maupay steps up, right wide of the post.
Yeah, this did not. Did
Thanks
not
for
go
those
well.
fantasy points, asshole. And then he gets pulled 5 minutes later.
Well,
Yeah.
and then
Asshole.
they obviously had a different kick taker for the second one. Gross stepped up.
Pascal.
Yeah. Well, they also had another goal called off. Mane was off. He was off.
He was off.
But originally wasn't called off, so went to VAR again. But it was the right call that time.
An obvious one. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah.
like this one was no controversy.
Yeah.
But what's my thing is like with VAR, like the assistant referees are at this point just pointing for throw-ins
Yeah.
because they don't flag for offsides unless, and not even if it's blatantly obvious. Sometimes like the guy can be 9 yards offsides, and they're just like, we're gonna wait to see how this plays out.
That's what they're told to do now.
I know, but it's like almost
And
like
even if the guy is 9 yards offsides, then it's blatant. They still have to wait before they put their flag up.
I think
They,
it's
like,
so
still
funny
wait,
too
like, 5
because
minutes.
like all the defenders every time like they finally blow the whistle, they're all pissed off. They're like, "Come on, he was like it's in every game now. Like, you
they have
should
to
know it's
sprint
not
back
gonna
and they're
happen."
putting in the extra.
Right. The
Almost
extra
just
effort.
died.
Okay.
I don't know what that was.
Brian just choked.
But they're putting.
Jesus.
But yeah, they're putting in the extra work to get back, and it's just tough for them. Yeah, I'm dying. Well, moving on.
Yeah. let's
Okay.
move on.
Let's move on.
But Poole drops points.
Yeah.
That's main. Oh wait, no. Hold on. We're not moving on.
Oh, Klopp. You
I'm
want to talk
going
about
to
that?
talk about Klopp because I'm so tired of like the world's smallest violin every time they get a bad result. It's getting obnoxious at this point. Like I'm all for the passion, but stop complaining every time you get a bad result.
He went off
Liverpool
on the
complain?
reporter at the end of the game.
It's so annoying.
Playing.
Oh yeah, well these players they play a lot of games. Yeah, get over it. So does every other team.
Every
Like,
other team right now. is
Get
playing
over
a
it.
lot. Every
Yeah,
other
it still
team
is a
that's
lot,
playing
but-
European
But yeah, but like
football.
it's not a reason why you got a bad result. Like stop complaining about it.
I think he's just pissed because of those games he has injuries and he has to pull into his youth team and they're not experienced players and
I mean, yeah,
I know other teams do that too.
Yeah,
But
Man U.
but you literally look at their starters from last year: Van Dijk, Trent, other people I can't think of right now are hurt, like main players in the team, and they just don't have the depth, and it's
Yeah.
hurting them.
I'm like to Garrett's point. You're not the only team. Like Man U played today,
I get it.
and then they played.
I think they actually had a worse turnaround this
Then they
weekend.
played an
Actually,
early afternoon Saturday game.
yeah.
Like okay.
Like the
Everyone's
schedulers
dealing
aren't
with it,
just
dude.
out to get you.
Everyone's dealing with it.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
and Solskjaer did this for United 2 weeks ago. He came out and was annoyed about it too because Shaw got hurt.
I think it's easy for us to say, like, watching on, like, oh yeah, I mean, everyone's doing it. It's, everyone's playing the games. It's an unusual season with COVID and everything. Obviously, people are gonna have to play more games in a shorter time period. But it's tougher. I feel like when you're managing the players and making sure you got to make sure you're responsible for their health.
Yeah.
Like for the most part, like if you overwork them, if they're playing too much, they could be injured and then out for like the long term. So I think that's probably in the back of his mind, and probably why he's pissed. Like I'm with you guys. I understand like it's happening to all these teams, but
Yeah.
I see his side too.
And like not for nothing, the teams had a chance to vote for the 5 sub system and being the rule, and they didn't. Right?
I think so.
Yeah, no,
So-
they did. They did. I mean, as much as I didn't like that 5 sub system,
It makes sense to avoid injury.
now
though.
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now seeing how many games these guys are playing in such a short turnaround, now it makes sense. But you know what? Deal with it. I don't know. There's not really nothing to say.
And we move on.
Move on to Man City hosting Burnley.
Finally.
Burnley. You know what? I hate City, but thank you for beating the shit out of Burnley. All right.
I just needed like
'Cause I
a
bet
week.
against Burnley last week and they screwed me.
I just needed a week where I could like watch a game and be like happy.
Still waiting on that one. Jeez.
Like we were 6 minutes in, we got a lead, we controlled the whole game, we scored again. He scored.
It looked
Benjamin Mendy scored.
It looked like the City of 2 years ago, probably,
Right.
when they won games by like 5-0.
And like I had a whole rant ready if they played bad. Like you have no idea. I had the whole thing.
Mars had
ready.
a hat trick.
Mars did have a hat trick. He's a player that he can do his thing when he gets a chance sometimes.
When he
and
plays a team
sometimes
like Burnley.
he's gone. And you don't see him at all, and he loses the ball trying to dribble too much 12 times.
And correct me if I'm wrong, like he's the guy. Like he shows up against teams like this, but then when you play bigger teams, he's just nowhere to be found.
He's just like he tries to do too much sometimes, but against teams like Burnley again,
You can do that.
when you have 98% possession. Probably it's a little bit easier.
Actually, it wasn't.
So
69.
it wasn't 98,
69.
but
Dan chuckled.
God.
We're children over here.
But so no Sterling for this game, no Aguero for this game.
Sterling came in at the
They
end.
came in right. They didn't start. Sorry, let me.
Is he not starting because, like, Champions League, or because he's in really bad form at the moment?
I don't know. Pep's so confusing. Like Cancelo was in good form. They put in Mendy. Mendy scored. I don't know. Like I just
Wait,
had
you
like
said Sterling came on in this game?
Didn't he play like 18 minutes?
yeah, he came in late.
Oh.
Foden came in, got an assist. I like him. He's really good.
I was
still.
gonna say, why isn't he starting?
Are you
He's-
sure?
He does, but like every
This is
third
Fernandinho.
game.
This is Fernandinho, Foden, and Garcia came in for City.
Maybe.
Sterling got subbed in Champions League. I don't think he got subbed in.
Oh, okay. Because
Oh,
I
maybe
was
that was
looking
it.
through these.
You
and
know
I'm
what
like,
it was? I was looking at fantasy today and looking at Sterling and his stats, and it said 18 minutes. But why would that show up on?
It should.
Maybe it was the week before.
Maybe it was the week before.
Maybe it was.
Yeah, because
Maybe
it
I'm
wouldn't
wrong.
show up. He didn't play at all.
Yeah. Okay.
That's probably what it
I'm
was.
gonna check the week before.
Sorry. Brief.
Brief. Pause.
Yes.
Okay.
He played 18 minutes the week before.
There
Yeah.
it is. Okay.
There it is.
That's it.
We
an
are
awful week.
idiots. Oh my
But-
lord.
But we need Aguero back. Like I don't care. I know we won't be on 5-0, but come on, it's freaking Burnley.
Fuck you, Burnley.
Um,
I don't know why I hate them so much.
De
So,
Bruyne
yeah.
got 2 assists, I think.
De Bruyne
Yeah.
did De Bruyne's thing, controlled the ball in the middle of the field, created chances, and we finally finished. I mean, there's been a lot of
Yeah.
chances this year he's created that we have not finished. So feels good. Honestly, I can't even be mad.
Foden's assist was nice.
Yeah, it was real nice.
You need those sometimes.
It was such a nice game to
You need
watch.
those.
Like I was just like, we're up by 3. I don't care at this point. Like I could just watch and be happy and hope we score again.
Yeah.
That was nice. It was
All
so
right.
nice.
We good with that one?
Yeah, we're
Okay.
good.
So moving on.
Let me just bask in my. Hold on, one more time. Okay, we're good.
Moving on. This is one of the more entertaining games of the weekend.
Best 1-0 game I've ever seen.
Everton loses to Leeds 1-0, but my God, what a game!
That was incredible. There was over 35 shots in the game. There's 38 shots in the game.
Yeah.
14 on target.
Possessions nearly split.
It was just a crazy game. Like
Dude, Leeds know how to attack, man. Like
They
they
do.
do. Like it's
They
wild.
really do. It's crazy. I mean, Arsenal, I think, was last week, right? Or 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
No, it was last week.
Last week
It was
'cause
1-1.
me
They
and you
tied.
talked about it.
Yeah, but they literally put up like 30 shots, I think, against Arsenal
it's
too, and it's
insane.
like,
All they know is how to go for goal.
yeah,
But I mean, they defended here. That's the difference. They held the shutout
yeah.
for the first time all year, I think, maybe,
Think so.
or second, maybe.
I'm not sure, but the goalie played really well too.
Yeah,
Noriega.
and look at the
Noriega.
front three coming at you too. Rodriguez, Charleston, and Calvert-Lewin.
They have a Charleston back for Everton here.
And the fact that, yes, they can attack, but to your point, like you said, like, they defended well. Like, good for them. Again, you expect this game to be a high-scoring game because Everton has some firepower going forward, because all Leeds know how to do is attack, but yet it led to this, a 1-0 game, but it was, again, one of the best 1-0 games.
Yeah, it was just wild. Like it was like
watch.
chance, crossbar, post.
Back and forth, yeah.
But like there was no midfield for 35 minutes of this game. There was no midfield. It was just chance counter, chance counter, chance counter the whole time. It was.
Those aren't necessarily the best games of soccer, but they're definitely the most
fun-
entertaining,
yeah,
and most fun to watch.
100%.
Easy.
There's a chance every 10 seconds, pretty much.
Yeah.
But Everton drops points again. Kind of not good for them. They're hitting.
Right.
Hype train is over.
They-
Are you guys still on the train? Still on board?
I mean,
Dying off? Getting off at the next stop?
we're slowing down. You know,
We did play next week?
we're running out of gas. Train
No, I'm
Coles?
train run on gas.
Coal, right?
Cool. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, they did the coal into the furnace thing. Yeah.
I'm still.
Trust me, I know my trains.
They play
Conductor.
Burnley. They play Burnley next week, so I'm definitely still on the train.
Yeah.
Because
If
I
they
mean,
lose
you're gonna
that,
have
then
to
you're
go.
getting right off.
if they
Gonna have
lose
to be
that,
on the
I'm
train.
jumping off the caboose.
Jumping in front of it.
Yeah, I'm throwing my body in front of the train. Anything we have in this one?
We should probably talk about the goal, right? Rafinha scores.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh, his first goal.
79th minute first goal. With
Really
Leeds.
nice goal too.
yeah.
It was like even the cameraman got faked out by it. Like he thought he was gonna. Someone made an overlapping run on the left hand side, and like he faked like he was gonna pass it, and just cut in, and then just took like one time shot, bottom right corner of the goal. It was like really nice.
It was funny
Goalie was
because
not expecting it.
there were
Sorry.
so many chances like inside the box in this game that like off the cross, off the pass, given goes in the middle, hit the post, goalie save, and the one goal that gets scored is like a curler from outside the 18 of
Yeah.
all goals to go in. It was a beautiful goal though, beautiful.
Yeah, it's a good result for Leeds, and they're away, right?
Yeah, they're at Everton this one.
I think it's so funny that Leeds signed Rodrigo to be like their big striker this year, and Bamford is still starting every game.
Because Bamford can't stop scoring.
It's wild.
He's he deserves to start too. He's
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he's done well.
Well, Rodrigo got a lot of time in this one. He came on the 91st, so really proved his worth there
Right.
for those 3 minutes he probably got in for. Anyway, moving on.
Let's move on.
Let's wrap up Saturday here with a 1-0 West Brom win over Sheffield. There's a goal in the 13th minute. Nothing else happened.
I can give a good analysis of this one.
Okay, go for it.
Sheffield sucks.
Oh, they're so goddamn bad.
They
They're in
can't score.
shambles.
They can't score a goal.
Dude.
Literally
21
cannot score.
shots too. That's a lot of shots on goal, or not on goal, but
They
a lot
have
of
the
shots.
second worst goal differential right now, with -12.
But they just can't
Fucking
score.
terrible.
I don't know what it is. They can't score.
I think we said last week they have 4 goals for in the entire year, and they're 10 weeks in.
It's wild. That's so bad.
That's really not good.
Yeah, it's really bad, and I mean, good on West Brom. I mean, they're playing against a struggling team, and they got the result they needed. I think it was a young kid from Chelsea too, who's on loan,
Gallagher.
Gallagher, who I don't really know too much about, but he's
Well, for
He
West Brom
a
too.
volley too,
That game,
like a one time.
that-
Sorry, go ahead.
that win's huge.
Kind of a volley.
I mean,
Yeah.
it brings them, for the time being, once that game finished, it brought them out of the relegation zone. But then, obviously, we'll get to the Fulham result. But, I mean, now they're still only 1 point, only 1 point away from getting out. I know we're only 10 games in, but, I mean, if you drop points to Sheffield and even give them a chance, I mean, it's the end of the year, that's the game you look back on. You're like, well, shit. We lost to a team that was 0-1-9. How did we do that? So, I mean, like you said, like good for them. It's a game they needed to win and take advantage of it. And you never know, in the long run, that can help them stay up.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this is going to be 2 teams that are fighting for relegation all season. So, 1 up to West Brom.
Yep.
Yeah, guys, I'm not going to lie. We're not going to talk anything more about this. No one
Yeah,
cares.
no one really cares. Moving on. First game on Sunday, Man U.
Don't
Nobody-
act like you're
nobody-
all excited. I'll go back and read your text messages when they were down by 2.
What did I say?
I'm sure
I was
it
probably
wasn't
saying some
good.
shit.
It wasn't good stuff.
Um, Yeah, so this game was infuriating for the first half.
It was all James Ward-Prowse. in the
Yeah,
first
so
half.
first half,
It was infuriating until the 59th minute.
yeah, Man U literally looked like they didn't know what they were doing the entire first half. Corner gets whipped in by Ward-Prowse. Great corner. De Gea does this little like squat jump thing with his hands like this. And then who was it that got to the header?
Bednarak.
Yeah, Bednarak, is that it? Yeah, Jan Bednarak. No, I couldn't find it. I really couldn't find it. I really couldn't find it. What? Bednarak, right? Or Bednarak? Whatever the fuck it is.
Dan says the name. Brian's like, yeah, Ben Ryan.
I couldn't find it. But he kind of flicks
Ragnarok.
on a header. I don't know what De Gea was doing. I mean, it's a tough ball to come out for because Ward-Prowse whipped it in, with a lot of speed and pace on it. So it's tough for him, but he probably could have been in a better position. The second goal, I mean, the free kick.
Not much you can do.
No.
That was
could they
beautiful.
have done
Absolutely
a
beautiful.
little bit better? Yeah, but it goes in either way, I think.
He's still got a decent amount of hand on it too. And
But
just-
what I've noticed with him, though, on free kicks,
He's bad.
he dives back. So even if he does keep it out, he's already diving backwards into the goal. So
Oh, hold on. Speaking of diving backwards, isn't that how he got hurt and took it out of the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So he dives
I was gonna
backwards.
say.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
dives backwards, and his
Oh,
body
bend his
came
knee,
around,
right?
and he smacks his knee on the
Yeah.
post. So
he got subbed out at half though, right? Didn't
yeah, he
finish?
came out at half. United made 2 changes at half. So Henderson comes on, and then Cavani comes on for Greenwood, which Greenwood, he finished last season
He sucks now. Let's be honest.
on such a hot streak. He looks awful.
He's terrible now.
He tries to do way too much now. I'm not sure what happened to him, but he can't do anything. But in the second half, it was all United. I mean, I don't think Dean Henderson had much to do. United just started pressing. Cavani gets the ball on the outside.
He took over.
Yeah, puts one into Bruno, who's just sitting like the PK spot. Nobody near him.
Untouched.
Yeah, he just turns. He places it into the corner.
It was a good ball to get there. Like it was a great pass.
After that, this second goal, and I liked besides. I mean, I'm trying to go back to how United started. I think it was besides. I mean, Fred starting. I kind of like their starting lineup. United. I like how Van de Beek got a start. I do like Matic better than Fred. And then
Fred
I think
started too.
I know, but
Okay.
I'm saying in general as a midfielder, I think instead of Fred, Pogba wasn't available. He was coming back from injury. I think the only other person you put there.
Your bench was ass.
Yeah, I know.
Except Cavani.
Yeah, I know. I mean, looking at the bench, I mean, the only player I would put there over him would be Juan Mata. I just hate Fred. I don't know why.
Yeah, the problem is you don't really have another option.
We don't.
That's your issue.
And when Pogba is healthy, it can't be him because he's trash. But then the second goal, I mean, I like what Van de Beek does. He challenges I think it was a corner coming in. Goalie gets kind of tied up with him. They finally get up. I think Bruno hits a shot, lucky deflection, but Cavani sprints into the 6. Most diving header, just gets a piece of it.
That's like a striker instinct right there, too. Like, he knows, like, if this is going left, I need to be there and just get a part of my body on it because he saw the defender on the line with the goalie, and he literally jumped in front of Van de Beek and header right in.
Yeah, and that's what United...
Talking about the second goal, right?
Yeah.
Make sure we're on the same page.
And that's what United, for the most part, is missing. They're missing that striker who's just a pure striker.
Right.
He's not that fast.
You don't want to call him
body.
a tap-in merchant, but I mean, like, they need to know where to be. They need to know what runs to make, and he does know those things, clearly. Hence the third goal and second goal.
Yeah, third goal, again, ball gets played in. He's the first one to it, gets his head on it.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, it was a ball played in, got cleared, I think, right?
It was a free
to
kick.
Rashford.
It was a free kick.
Got cleared to Rashford.
No, that was
it
around
was
the
a free kick. They played it down the left side. Rashford takes
okay.
it,
Like a
swings
flick
it in.
Yeah, it makes sense.
And,
I mean, it was a great ball by Rashford, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he put that pretty much right to where he was running.
And, that came in the 92nd minute. I mean, these are games that United haven't had in a while. I know if you look back at their history, they were known for coming back, scoring late in the stoppage time, from Fergie time. And you haven't seen this in so long. And just to kind of, I know it's one game, but, for me and hopefully other fans, like, it feels good. You feel like you're back to, oh shit, like this is how it used to be. Like this is what we're supposed to do. That's instead of struggling the entire game. I don't know what was said to them at halftime, but I said it just shows how one player can come on the field and bring such a spark.
Ole said, I'm about to get sacked. Can you guys pick it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Does he start next week, you think?
I was just about to say the same thing.
I don't think
want
so.
to save the coach's job.
I don't think so.
He's got to be in some good grace, right?
I don't think so. Because
he should.
Well, I think he played 60, 70 minutes today.
I don't care. Start the guy.
I mean,
he's not 100. He's 35.
I'm saying, but if he could play, you start him. Yes. If he's ready to go, you start him. And I think you go right back to Van de Beek in the middle. I don't think there's anyone else you could really play there. But as a United fan, I mean, it's frustrating. The first 45 is frustrating, but how they bounce back, and I mean against Southampton team, it's
been good.
Yeah, they've been good.
Yeah.
So granted, they're still missing their best goal scorer, but it feels good to win a game coming from behind like that. So overall, I'm happy. I mean, I can't complain.
All right.
Moving on. We got the game that we thought was going to be nuts.
Game of the week. I mean, it was the game. It was a good game. It's just no one scored.
Chelsea Tottenham at Chelsea.
But I mean, it was still a good game. I mean, Chelsea, I would say, Tottenham's style this year against top level teams seems to be to kind of just forgo that possession, and then counter when they can.
You want to know why? Mourinho's their coach.
Well, right. I mean, that's pretty much the Mourinho way of playing. But
and they got the players that can counter and score on those counters.
Right. I mean, and they break out extremely well. When they get the chance, I mean, it's 2-3 passes and they're at the other team's 18 basically. It's so funny to watch these games now and see how deep Kane drops.
Yeah. He's
at one point,
so weird.
At one point, he was literally in the back with the center backs playing out. Like, that's how deep he drops. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, his whole position has changed.
Typically, he's in seasons past, he's like in the box at all times, waiting for a ball in or
Sitting on the last defender,
Yeah.
making runs. But now I mean, I hate to say it because he probably is always a team player, but it seems like he's more of a team player. Like he's coming back to defend. He's getting the ball in the middle of the field. He's doing all that dirty work that you don't see forwards do.
Yeah, or it could be that and people know him. He's been in the league for years now,
He's gotta switch it
5,
up.
6 years, and like maybe they know him as like the cherry picker. Like he'll be on the last defender. Like if you send a ball into the box, he'll be there. But now he's kind of playing back to your point, coming back, receiving the ball, which opens up the defense a little bit if someone tracks him, and then Son can run in, and they've scored multiple times like that this year. So
I think this season has proven that he's an underrated passer for a striker.
Yes.
I mean, the dude has 9 assists in
That's what I'm saying. It's
In 10
insane.
games.
Yeah.
Another point to this, I think Reguilon is overlooked. He's a great outside back.
He's
for
very
them.
good.
Really good.
He gets talking about getting up.
Yeah.
His pace to get up the field is insane.
Fast as shit.
Did he-
Insane.
Did he just not play at Real Madrid?
He played, but not a lot.
Who do they?
Marcelo's
Well,
their
left back,
outside
so
back,
right?
Marcelo.
Marcelo's back
So that's
there.
who you're competing against.
And then who's their other outside back too?
Madrid. I don't know, man.
I don't know.
It's not. I don't want to say it because then I sound like an idiot if I say it.
You
Also,
know,
oh,
you
go
go.
ahead. No,
you go.
I was gonna
please.
move on.
Oh, I wasn't gonna move on. Okay.
Not
I-
the new game, but something else.
I think they. I'm gonna move on to something else too.
Okay,
I was
just
gonna-
go.
Well, I was
Okay.
gonna move on to something else. Story.
Okay. I think they said in this. I think it was. I'm gonna say his name wrong, and I don't want to say his name wrong, but I'm not gonna say it because I'm bad at saying it. Hoiberg.
Hoiberg.
Hoiberg. Hoiberg.
Hoiberg or Hoiberg.
Okay.
Okay, guys, just really quick before we move on. See, he prefaces. I can't say it. Just fucking go for it.
Okay,
I
listen.
don't preface
You
it,
can't even say
preface
the
it,
name
but
like
fuck it.
Smith. Like mine has an O with a line through it. Give me a break. Okay.
Oh, piss off. Just go for it. Take a chance. Live a little.
I think they said that he has played every minute this season.
The only player
The only player,
him.
right,
Yeah.
that has played every
That's fucking
single minute
impressive.
this season.
Yeah.
And-
For him. I don't know about the whole Premier League.
right, yeah, for the Tottenham.
Yeah.
He is like a good blue, like midfielder for them. He plays deep. Obviously,
Did you
he's
say blue or glue?
glue. Why would I say he's blue?
I don't know. I thought you were gonna go. He's a good blue collar midfield. That's what I thought you
No,
were
but
going
he's
with that.
he's like that gritty, gets into challenges. He's all
blue
over.
collar midfield. That's what I thought you were going with that.
He's not blue. Okay.
That's really funny. You literally described like a blue collar like kind
what
of
I
work
thought.
ethic right after.
God, man.
But yeah, no, I know your point. And guess where he came from? Southampton.
Yeah.
They literally pump out some really good talent
They
too.
do.
Yeah,
It's
they
crazy.
The thing was though on Southampton, I don't know if just because they haven't been like great in the past and like they don't get as much coverage as the Tottenham does, but like I didn't hear too like I always knew he was on the team, but I didn't hear too much about him. And
Yeah.
now he comes to Spurs and he's like he's not like
a
the
lock.
flashy player.
Right.
Like he's not going to score goals or
He's
assists,
that
but he's
blue collar worker.
the blue collar
I'm
worker
telling
in the
you.
midfield that just
Our
is
guys
the
are
engine.
leaving. See you next week.
Found the title. Found it. There's always one.
All right, so that was the Tottenham speak. Let's flip to Chelsea. Is that okay?
Okay, yeah.
Flip to Chelsea.
Yeah,
Abraham shouldn't start.
that's what I was going to say.
That's what I was gonna say.
I think it's
We're all gonna
clear,
say it.
We talked about
right?
it.
Like it's clear.
So we talked about today. We're recording this on Wednesday.
Today's Wednesday.
On Wednesday, there was Champions League on today, and
Oh,
Olivier Giroud netted 4 today.
that man is just.
So
Did he score 4?
Yeah, he scored 4.
4.
He had,
Oh, I didn't know that.
he had a
He netted.
perfect hat trick and a pen.
4.
Dude is insane.
So
It has a great head of hair.
Abraham
Why the hell did he leave? We could use him right now.
Abraham better be on the bench.
There was, I think they said there.
Next
I'm
week.
not said, but we didn't say. We said there was, I think, 2 chances in this game where balls were sent into the box that Abraham didn't get a piece on. That like Giroud eats those chances. Like that is his
Bread and butter.
bread and butter to score. Those balls played in the box. I mean, Giroud had I would say a half chance late in this game that he didn't score. It's kind of like a bad pass back, and he caught like on a half volley lunging
Yeah.
towards the ball.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, not an easy chance by any means,
And, like, he
but
tried to chip the goalie from pretty close in and
yeah,
just
he tried to
hit it
like,
right at
lean.
him.
Yeah. But I'm sorry, but if I'm a Chelsea player, I feel more comfortable with Giroud in the box.
Well, yeah, especially
finishing chances than I do
especially if you're a
Abraham.
player that likes to get down the outside and swinging crosses or foot long balls into the box. Like
That's the thing. You got Ziyech on the outside who
Right.
literally is known for playing beautiful balls into the
Beautiful.
box.
Yeah.
And
Whipped
you
crosses.
got 2 outside backs that can get up pretty well in swinging crosses.
Yeah, Pulisic, you got Chilwell too. Like I mean, these guys can send in like decent balls. Giroud's known for finishing
Yeah.
these kind of chances. So like I'm with you guys. I think he should
Yeah.
start.
The one other.
It's just so unfortunate. He plays so good everywhere he goes, and he just like never gets the chance to start. I mean, this man is a World Cup winning starting striker, and just doesn't get the chance. I don't get it.
The other thing I want to say too is Pulisic does make his return.
He came back.
74th minute. This is his first game back in 4 or 5 games from hamstring injury.
He's got the beard
Weeks,
now.
man. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Don't know how I feel with the beard.
He can do what he wants, man. It doesn't matter.
But happy he's back at least as a, U.S. supporters. But and this is, if I know it was a 0-0 tie. If you guys had to pick who you thought deserved to win this game,
That's tough.
who do you go with? Like, who do you think? All right, not deserve to win. Who do you think should have won this game?
I mean, if you
Chelsea,
go
probably.
off of chances, it's Chelsea.
Yeah.
But like I said, I mean, how Tottenham plays, they're going to give up more shots. They're going to give up more shots on goal. That's just how they're playing. At least against higher level teams, they're sitting back deep.
Yeah, but on the other side, like they only had 5 shots, 1 on goal. So
Yeah,
it's not like they had too much threatening on Chelsea.
Yeah.
But yeah, Abraham should have scored multiple times in that game.
Yeah, he just
Should
did.
have
That's
broke through.
why I think Chelsea should have won this game, especially if they started Drew. Like that's
Yeah, I mean Abraham's not a bad player either. Like I mean he shows signs. Like last year he was thrown right into the Chelsea starting forward.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they had no
And-
other choice at that point.
Yeah. Well, they had Giroud too, I think.
But they just didn't.
they didn't use him then either.
Why does man not get respect?
But
He might be the most underrated player of all time.
He's just a blue collar forward.
Shut up.
Okay, I'm done.
But both defenses helped shut out. So good job, keepers. Good job, goalies. Oh, I think it was
Good job, keepers. Good job, goalies. They're the same thing, my guy.
No, I was talking. I called the Tottenham one a goalie, and I called Chelsea's a keeper.
I hate you so goddamn much.
So I think it was this game, right? Lloris had a ridiculous save. I think at some point, like a diving to a. Oh, I
I
can't.
think so.
I can't remember.
Oh my god, I can't remember who it was that shot. Hold on. All right, I don't know who it was. I can't remember, but it was a filthy save. I'm pretty sure.
I think you're right, but
Let's just say I'm right.
All right. Moving on.
Yeah, sure.
Let's wrap up the Sunday game before we get into the 2 Monday games.
Is this Dan's time to
Oh
cry?
yeah, Dan.
Oh yeah, Dan, you can go. I'm not gonna say anything.
Arsenal 1, Wolves 2. You can take the floor here, bud.
I'm done, bro. I'm done. I don't think he even helps at all right now.
Dude,
Anything helps.
Right.
No,
right
nothing
now.
helps.
anything? No, nothing.
It helps like 10 new players helps. That's what helps. It's like they just don't look like they want to be there.
If 10 new players help, who's the one player to keep him?
Gabriel at the moment. He scored the goal and I think he's made a difference when he's I mean the defense is definitely better this year. There's no inspiration in the team at all. Like there's no motivation. Like I don't know if Aubameyang is the right captain honestly. Like he's a great player but he's obviously in a drought right now.
I think Gabriel has this many goals as Aubameyang this year.
Might have more. I mean he has 2.
I think it's 2. I think
Oh, they both have 2,
I think,
yeah.
right? That's pretty bad when your starting striker and your center back have the same amount of goals scored.
Yeah, but like what I'm saying like
Let me check.
Aubameyang, he's a good player. I hope
my
that's
fault.
not why they just gave him the captaincy. Like, you have to be able to be a captain. You have to, inspire the team. You have to, like, when they're down and when they're going through a rough patch like they are right now, like, build them up, get them into practice, make them actually want to be there and fight for something. There's no fight in this team right now.
There's 0.
And it's just embarrassing to watch week in, week out, be outplayed by. I mean, Wolves is a good team. Don't get me wrong, but like Arsenal should not dominate, but be the better team in this fixture, right? In
Yeah.
the past, they should be. They're just not.
We're not.
Leeds, they were not the better team. It's just like I go in with high expectations to these games. Like maybe they'll turn around. They started the season off okay.
This is the game. This is the game.
They're playing. They have their worst start in the Premier League in like the last 9 or 10 years, I think.
Jeez.
The stat I saw, I think it was this time last year when they had, what was it, Emery was their
Yeah.
manager?
Yeah.
They had, this time last year, they had however many points in 8th, and he got sacked. Exactly a year later, they have less points, and they're sitting in 14th, and they keep the same guy.
Yeah, I think there's definitely more pressure on Arteta now, but I
yeah.
think it's not a lot more than just Arteta.
No, it's not. I mean, the problem is it's a lot easier to blame one manager than 24 players. And
Yeah,
that's the issue.
Because I'll give it to him. Like at the beginning of the year, they were showing glimpses of like playing better soccer. Like there were better things. Right now, it's just not happening. Their defense has definitely gotten better. Leno's
I would agree with
been
that.
this year. I was hoping for more. Martinez might have been better to keep him around, but I still have faith in Leno. I still think he's one of our better players, but just from the midfield up, there's just nothing. Party helped, but he's been injured the last couple games.
Yeah, like if your starting midfield is like Ceballos, Xhaka, Willock, it's not it.
No, it's not good.
Oh,
And the
Willock
bench is
started.
terrible too.
Willock started.
Saka's a good player.
Right, he's a good young player.
Willian, oh god, he got the assist, but like,
Can someone? I'm not, I don't support Arsenal and follow them as much, but like, is Lacazette just like not playing anymore?
he sucks.
I get it, but like, so does your whole team. So like,
He sucks.
where's the line?
Dude, he gets so many chances, just can't score.
But at least he gets chances, right?
No, because he doesn't hit the goal. He just wastes them. It's just so bad. All right, let's get into the actual game now.
He sucks. But
So-
so was your whole team.
You're not wrong.
I'm just pointing it out.
All right, so like 5 minutes in,
You
You good?
That was fine.
By the way, who's a really good player? Podence, great player.
wait, we're not there yet.
I
I
just
like
said he's a
him.
good player.
He's a good
But
player.
We're not there yet.
How can I not be there? It wasn't even
Like,
a statement about
Dan,
a
5
Dan.
minutes in. 5 minutes in.
Get us there, Dan. Get us there. Paint the picture.
I will.
Bob Ross this out here.
5 minutes into the game. Stop doing the paintbrush.
I'm gonna put a little tree over here.
I'm trying to talk about something serious here, guys.
Little tree.
5 minutes in, someone gets taken to the hospital. All right, do I have your attention now?
15.
Whatever. Well, no, I think it was honestly.
I think he went down at 5 minutes. Then
He might got taken
Yeah,
off
he
at
got him off.
15.
Yeah.
Who was it? That was
It was Raul Jimenez.
Yeah.
It was a corner kick, and Luis comes flying in. Like it was a fair challenge. Like he's going in to head the ball,
scumbag.
but Jimenez both like tries to clear at the same time, and they make the loudest
Yeah.
head collision you
That
could
was-
imagine.
that
You know what?
and immediately he's out.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
That was painful to watch, honestly.
I didn't have the game on at that point. I turned it on eventually, but in one of our group chats, you guys were talking about it, and someone said,
Wasn't
"Oh,
good.
he was out before he hit the ground."
Yeah, it wasn't good.
I didn't like. I didn't even. I was like, "Nope, I'm gonna wait a little bit, turn this game on." 'Cause I don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
I don't want to see it.
I mean, neither like Luis came out with
I don't wanna see
blood too. He had to get his head wrapped. I mean, it was not a good.
Didn't want to see it.
It was not good.
Yeah, I mean, they literally paused the game for 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I don't think there's ever. Well, there probably has been one longer than that, but that's
It's a pretty
almost unheard of.
long time.
But the thing was, like,
Find it.
Jimenez was like, I'm pretty sure he was unconscious until he got to the hospital. So like, they had to make sure he was, okay, breathing and like stable at
that
the
was
time.
crazy.
But then again, they're also checking Luis and had to go through concussion protocol, which kind of brings up another topic they were talking about during the game. Like, are you guys for if there's a head injury in the game, getting like a free sub to bring someone on because of a head injury? The refs are saying like
No.
it's 5 minutes into the game, you have to use a sub, and it's to protect the player because the player wants to continue playing, but he might have a concussion.
But like my thought.
No, I'm not okay with it. I'm not okay with a free sub.
It's not.
Part
part of the game.
I don't know if it's a
I
free
mean,
sub.
Like, so you're saying, like something like this: 5 minutes in, he comes off, someone goes on, Wolves keep all three of their subs.
Yeah.
Depends. And now I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, I know you're gonna go
Now,
with this.
now, two questions: is this only in the beginning of the game, or any time in the
No,
game?
I think it's any time. I don't know. It's just what they brought up
Well,
during the
it's not-
game.
here's my issue, and a lot of players love when they get tapped to go on the ground and scream like asses. If someone goes down, it's just holding their head, and just after you use all the three subs, just to say, "Oh, it's a head injury," gets the
Yeah.
extra sub. That's why I'm not for it.
I get that, but they
players
probably have to go
love
through
to-
concussion protocol or some kind of, the doctors need to make sure he's okay first. Like, I get your point. I get it'll probably try to be abused at some point, but
Yeah, I guess it's tough because like all the teams have their own doctors. So like, yes, I'm sure there's some type of medical like vow that you're not supposed to like,
Yeah. Before we move on, I just
Oh, by the way, he fractured his skull.
Yeah, so he
Which
fractured
that
his
was,
skull.
That was the injury. No wonder he was out for so long.
Wolves said
That's insane.
so I think the next day he tweeted out that he had surgery, and he feels fine and he feels better. This came out today. It was confirmed by the Wolves doctor that he's made excellent progress so far, and he should be ready to leave the hospital early next week. That was
crazy.
6 hours ago.
it's good.
So he should be ready to leave by, they said, Monday, Tuesday.
Damn.
Who knows? We'll be back in the field. Hopefully, sooner rather than later. But
Yeah.
at least, he said he feels okay. Doc's saying he's making great progress. So, just wanted to throw that out there because we said he fractured his skull. And I'm really giving an update on the rest of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's for the most part for right now he's okay.
Yeah.
So, just want to get that out there.
And I'll just say not for nothing. Like, it's terrible he's hurt. I hope he feels better and everything. But he's their best player. And Arsenal still look terrible after that.
Oh, yeah.
He's their best goal scorer.
They lost their go-to target forward. And
Yeah.
Arsenal still did nothing.
You'd think, okay, they could be a little more reassured of the defense and, be able to go forward and create more chances. Nope. NATO scores in the 27th minute. I'm trying to remember what the goal was, honestly.
I remember the Podence goal. I don't remember
I think
the
the
Neto
ball
one.
went in the net.
Something...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, it's like a scramble in front of goal, I think, and it got crossed in, and he just kind of cleaned it up. Leno probably should have done better. But 3 minutes later, Willian sends in it's like a corner kick, gets played back out short, and Willian sends in a nice ball. Gabriel scores. He was just more powerful, got up really nice, head in, and I like him so far. I think he's been our signing of the season. The rest of the team can just go to hell.
The rest of the team could just go to hell.
And then
Sound like
Says
me.
the Arsenal fan.
Really sound like me.
And then after that,
That's
because I don't
bad.
want to spend too much more time on the game, but Podence scored a sick goal, honestly. Did you see the chip? Like, he literally chipped the ball over, I think it was Gabriel, in the box. Little skill, chipped it right up, and then played it, right into the side of the goal. You didn't see it?
I thought it was like a rebound, wasn't it?
It was like a scrappy kind of thing in front of the goal, but then he was running with it, literally flicked it up over the defender's leg, and then volleyed it one time into the side of the net.
Right, because I think it's a Neto shot. Leno spills it, and then he comes across, right, and takes the ball. Okay.
Chips it over the defender. It was cool.
Shot, Leno spills it. Okay, cool. He just read
So
that.
Garrett read it word for word, so it's almost like you remember it.
I was like, wait a minute. You have this up for a reason.
I'm not gonna lie,
man.
I didn't see the goal, so just trying to pretend like I did.
Hey, back to when we said we're professionals.
All right, so Arsenal.
Look, what are we supposed to remember? 790 minutes of soccer every weekend. It's not easy.
So Arsenal, yeah, Dan said it. Arsenal is. You good? Moving on.
I'm not good, but we
Garrett,
can move
Danny,
on.
anything else?
Oh wait, I think I had something to say about this. Do I?
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. Oh, the quote of the year. How do we not? Did no one else see this? Someone else had to see this. The Rob Holding thing.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, that has to
What
be
happened?
mentioned.
What
Oh
happened?
my god, I gotta get the right. Let me get the exact quote because it was so funny.
It's about Traore, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll wait for it.
Oh,
It's
wait a
funny.
minute. I think I did see this.
Yeah. So
I did see this.
I believe he said. I think this was the quote. Let me. It was
He fouled
after
Traore.
Right. He fouled Traore, and according to Holding thinks he went down a little soft. And
Yeah,
his
Traore went down
his
soft.
exact words were, "He's built like a brick shithouse. How's he gone down like that?" Which I'm sorry is
It's
the
so
funniest
funny.
thing I've ever seen in my life.
Rob Holding's a funny dude. He sucks at soccer, but he's a funny dude.
Dude,
That's all that matters.
it's just for him to actually say that to the referee is like one of the funniest things ever.
Yeah,
It's so good. It's just so good.
it's funny.
Things like that. Like with fans, you probably don't hear it. That's funny without fans because you could pick it up on the mics because it's funny.
Yeah,
Oh, that was so good.
God.
felt like a brick shit house.
I mean, he's not wrong, but
Yeah. Oh, one last thing that you brought up, Holding. He should have scored. Aubameyang should have scored in the second half. They played a lot better towards the end of the game. They just couldn't find the back of the net. Nelson got subbed on. He missed a sitter, volley kind of thing. Aubameyang should have scored once or twice, but that's it.
I mean, at what point are we like, is Aubameyang just not the answer right now? Is there any point where you just kind of give him a game off?
Who else do they have?
No one.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, because last year, the year before, he's been such a good player, but he's definitely in a bad drought right now. But it's also because he has no one feeding him, and he needs people to feed him.
Ozil.
I'm
Moving
with
on.
you guys at this point. They're just not going to do it.
All right, Monday's game.
Stupid
Monday's
insane
games.
dinosaur
Monday's
wages.
games. I think we're already at 50 minutes here.
Yeah, that's all right.
Killing this episode. Garrett comes back from the alien spaceship. We're crushing one.
I had a lot to say.
So Monday's first game, Leicester hosts Fulham.
This was a great game. By the way.
Fulham win.
Fulham looked good too. It's not even that they just won.
They 2-1.
They played better than Leicester.
Yeah, and Fulham without what I thought would be their striker, which they didn't start. Carrera started, not Mitrovic, which I think is interesting. You know who looked really good? Actually looked really good for Fulham?
Say it.
Loftus-Cheek.
Yeah.
I thought looked really good for Fulham.
He did.
He was a good hold up. He could play off well. He did a lot for them, I think. It was
even Anthony Robinson.
I was just about to say he's good.
He's playing good too.
He's a great wingback. I mean, his defensive, as every wingback it seems to be in the Premier League, their defensive sometimes is lacking.
Yeah.
But going forward, he does well. He overlaps. He makes good runs. He plays 1-2. He had a chance to score in this game. He almost got a 1-2 in the middle of the box and shot and went on.
Yeah.
Shot at the keeper, but I mean, Fulham.
God, you like seeing America.
They're gonna pass Arsenal on the table soon enough.
I mean, how wrong?
You want who I do? I like Lookman for Fulham.
No, I don't.
No?
He's the one who missed that PK with a cheeky little.
Then scored a PK this week.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I mean, no. Shout out to Fulham for letting him take another PK.
No,
by
he
the way.
didn't score the PK, did he?
Lookman? Yes. He
scored the goal.
He scored the goal.
Scored the
Right.
goal.
Caballero
I don't know.
scored
I'm a fan of him. I like the way he plays. I don't know why.
I mean,
The chip thing is fuck you.
That
But
was
like,
just dumb.
other than that, I mean, I like.
What was the pen? Why can't I remember the pen?
It's the controversy that you put in the group chat. I'll talk about it.
I said something about it too.
I think so. I think it was this game. It
I'll go
was.
look.
Oh, I said, was that a pen? If anyone watching this, was that a pen?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah,
I don't know if it was so much controversy, but you brought it up. Well, let's talk about the Lookman goal first. It was
I know. Okay, I remember now.
a pretty free breakaway. He was literally someone sent a really nice through ball, and he just kind of ran onto it and just tucked it in like the right side of the goal past the goalie.
That was a really nice finish.
And that's in the 30th minute, and then they get another one in 8 minutes later off of PK. And I don't know if you want to.
It was okay.
Set the
Yeah.
scene.
So this was. I do, after looking at it, I think it was a pen.
I do too.
So a ball gets played, lofted into the box. They're both, the defender and the attacking player are running onto it. By the touch of his toe, the attacking player gets there first, makes the touch. It's not out of the realm of possession. It didn't go out of bounds. It stays in the box, and the defender hit him with his legs. I mean,
it was like thigh to his
Right.
body, so that's contact.
I mean, you're gonna, especially when you're running full speed, a touch like that's gonna knock you off balance. Like,
yeah.
because the player from Fulham got there first, it's a pen. Like, I don't care how, like, it might look soft, but run full speed and someone thigh you to the waist. It's
Thigh
not
you?
thigh you to the waist. Like, you're gonna run off balance. It's not.
Thaiu sounds like a name.
This is a good blue collar challenge, you know. You just need to get in there.
He's a good glue guy. Shut the fuck up. All right. But then it's a pen.
Title.
It goes to VAR. VAR says it's a pen, and it took a while for it to get to VAR. I think they played on for like 3 minutes. It was crazy.
No, that's the other thing too. I mean,
I still want to know what happens if someone scores while they're looking at a review for a pen.
so that's what I was going to bring up. So I
Is there
know
a rule for that?
and again, this always seems to go back to fucking VAR. But I know, I know like it's a soccer podcast, but I'm a big hockey guy, and something happens in hockey, right? So you think somebody scores, refs on the ice call it no goal. They play for 30 seconds. They're actively reviewing it as the play goes on. If they they see, oh, that went in. Horn goes, game stops, even if there's no stopping play, and they'll call it a goal. Now, what if something like this happens where, maybe there is a blatant foul or a handball in the box, and the ref says no, and the ball doesn't go out for 6-7 minutes? Like, you're just going to add that on at the end of the game? Like, or to your point, what if somebody scores? You're going to go all the way back if the ball doesn't go out?
I'm sure there's some rulings. I'm sure it could happen. I just don't know what it is, to be honest.
This podcast, the day that happens, we are going to have a fucking field day. We're going to have a whole separate episode just on that.
I mean, we can have an hour and a half talk on VAR. I mean, look.
Exactly.
Okay, so what happens in a game if, like, a pen goes in and someone gets a red card 2 minutes later, but the game should have been stopped for a pen? How stupid is that? Like, it's just so dumb.
No, before we get off on the tangent, that's just that's the other thing. Like, they say it took forever, like for the ball to go out and for them to actually look at it, and I mean, in the end, made the right call.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, again, I can't talk about VAR. I'm just gonna run out of breath and get mad. I can't. It's just so aggravating. I can't do it.
What did he do? Is it words?
Yeah, I just because like there's so much I could
If,
say.
if you're watching,
If you-
you saw the eye contact
None of
we
us
made
can
after
talk.
that.
Listen, again, like I could do an hour and a half episode on VAR. I just
should do
don't
it.
want to.
You should do it one day.
Just sit.
Just
and
you. Talk about VR for an hour and a half.
Listen, this is not it.
Harvey Barnes scored.
Harvey Barnes scored. Unselfish assist from
Vardy.
Vardy. Because he was like kind
Good
of
finish too.
in like on the 6 and headed it instead of heading it on net, headed it out into the path of Barnes. And Barnes had a nice finish. I mean, that was a tough angle.
Harvey Barnes is a good player.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I will say too, the other thing, looking at the stats back in this game, I mean, Leicester dominated possession. They hit the post twice. So like, not to say they didn't have chances. I mean, they had a good amount of chances. I think they had 16 shots. I think only 4 or 5 on target. But I mean, Fulham also had 10 shots, 5 on target. But with no possession, they took the most of their chances. And for them, this is a huge win.
Huge win away.
Like I
too,
said,
from-
I mentioned the West Brom game before. Like that's a huge point for them, and they were
huge
out of
3.
relegation. Or they won that game. Yeah, so West Brom wins, and that's a huge 3 points for them to take them out of relegation. But they're only out for what, a day?
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big win for Fulham. I mean, they're 1 point clear now. I mean, again, only 10 games in, anything can happen. But to go and beat a team on the road like Leicester, where are they right now? They're top 4 right now still.
They were 4, I think.
Yeah, they're still 4th, and you're at that point you're 18th. To go on the road and beat a team like Leicester, who, I mean, they have a solid lineup coming at you. Like, good for them.
You know what's funny is
This
that
is a blue collar win right there.
I was you're
Digging
suck.
deep and grind it out.
I was gonna last week had I been here, I was gonna talk about how like Tielemans is like an underrated player on their team. He's a great like box to box midfielder. He doesn't do a lot of fancy things. He's a good defender. He kind of drops back well. He can move the ball forward, but not really his like main thing. And this week, I didn't even say it. Like it wasn't even recorded. And like this week, he gave up like the pass. That's the reason they got scored on the first goal. Turned the ball over, got countered, they got scored on. It's amazing how much we just jinx people. We don't even have to say it. Like I was thinking
As long
about
as we
saying
think
it last week, and
Yeah.
it still happened.
You know what's something I kind of really like super unrelated, but I thought of and I kind of want to say.
Oh God.
I think home advantage actually is a thing now too. Like I know we say like, oh, it's not like a huge deal, like there's no fans and stuff, but say come April, May, what are you saying?
What are you doing?
You mean like right now?
I'm saying so if they play like say Fulham are away at Leicester City and we make the argument like, oh, home field advantage really isn't a thing now. Like there's no fans, it's fine, whatever. Say they play again in April and they start bringing fans back to the field and they're back at Fulham, they might have more momentum and it might make, it might make them play better because they have their fans there cheering. Why are you looking at me like I'm an idiot? I think
I'm lost.
I think it makes sense.
No, when the fans come back, yes, I agree.
Yeah,
It
not
makes
right
sense
now.
then. Yeah, not now.
Yeah, but they get the away game out of the way now when there's no fans.
Right, so that would be the opposite of
Yeah.
home field advantage.
It means there is no home field advantage.
That means
right
there'd be
now.
away team advantage.
I might have been thinking about that wrong. We can cut that.
No, we can't. No, leave it all.
Wait, hold on.
Editors,
Wait,
editors,
hold on.
editors, leave
Hold
it
on. Hold on.
We have no editors.
What?
It's Garrett and me.
So Fulham just played away at Leicester.
Yeah, I fucked that up.
Yeah, okay, good. Just making sure.
So there is no home field advantage. There's away field advantage now.
Correct.
That's what I meant to say.
Right, and then in this game,
Oh
Fulham was
I
away.
needed a good
Didn't
laugh
say
right
that.
there.
You're welcome.
That was you had
Good blue collar
We're
laugh.
just over here, just like. Not get it in. All right, last game.
All right,
of the week.
All right, moving on. So before we so this is West Ham, Villa, 2-1 to West Ham. Before we even touch on the game, Matt, fuck you.
Okay.
I'm putting in the group chat.
glad we got
Boys,
that out of the way.
boys, betting this game, need a winner. Matt, Villa, easy money, take them. Really, Matt? Really? Fuck you. All right.
So
go.
to the game.
2 minutes in. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Agbana.
Agbana.
Thank God one of you said it. I was going to do it. Oh, my.
Brian was just trying to get into it and just couldn't do it.
I was going to say Agbona. I was going to say Bana.
That would not have been it.
I no, thank God you said it. I saw this today on Twitter. It was a bunch of pictures, and it was the whole premise of it was, is this team too good for their club? And that's because Jack Grealish. What?
Is this team too good for their club?
Yeah. Like, should they be playing for a better club?
Right, the team.
Is this player? Oh my God, we're all having a shit show today.
Guys,
my
we need to leave.
Lord, how long has
Just
this
cut
one
it.
been?
Is Aston too good for Villa? Find out next
You know
week.
what? Garrett comes here and the aliens is rubbing off.
Who are you saying?
Jack Grealish.
Grealish?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, he's too good for that.
1,000%.
Yeah, so
There's not even a question.
I mean, he scores again.
We're like right past like the Ogbonna like great header, by the way. Like he rose above every defender on Villa and scored. Like why were you ignoring that? Like that was a great goal.
When do you think it's time for Grealish? Fuck you. When do you think it's time for Grealish to just say, you know what? Yeah, I love this team, but I gotta get the fuck out of here. I'm way too good to be here.
He's not gonna leave unless
wanna
they get
go win
relegated.
something.
He's not gonna leave unless they get relegated. He's not gonna leave unless they get relegated.
I think he
I think
honestly
that's-
loves the club.
Exactly. That's why I don't think he's
But
gonna leave.
when is?
They're paying him.
But when does?
And he's the face of the team.
When does losing just take over that? Like
When they dropped to 18th place.
Okay, so you're telling me he's gonna be okay playing in the Premier League for however long and finishing 15th for the next 7 years?
Yes.
He might be. They might name the stadium after him. He's still getting time with the national team. I mean, that's why a lot of players
know.
try to move to bigger teams.
I don't know.
I think he's a mainstay in the English national center
I
field.
Oh yeah.
think that as
Center-
well. But
midfield, center forward now.
I just wonder how long. What now? What did I do now?
That wasn't you. Dan said center field.
Guys, we suck
Playing
today.
baseball
We've
now.
talked to hockey. We've talked about baseball. We're just really mixing it up this week.
Oh God.
See the new trade in the NBA?
Yeah. Just-
Yeah, I just don't know. I mean, me personally, I don't know how long you can hold out, just not really having. Yes, he's gonna have personal success there. He's gonna score goals. He's gonna be their best player, the face of the team.
He's not leaving.
But again, how long can you go without any?
Ask this question one more
Club
time and give you the
success.
same answer one more time until they fall to 18th
And-
place and get relegated.
Aston Villa is a club that has
A lot of history. Right.
and they have it's like a strong supporter base. So they're starting to invest in the club too. I mean, Ollie Watkins, they bring in him. They bring in a couple
Although
other players.
maybe not the best time to bring up Ollie Watkins.
Well, I'm just saying, like
missed
in
the
general,
penalty
from
in
the
this
season-
one.
Yeah, but like they're investing around him. So I think if they finish like top half of the table this year, maybe the manager or the owner will be like, okay, let's keep investing. Let's get him some more players.
Right. It's kind of like the thought of like he turns into like that Vardy figure, right? Where like players want to go there because there's a good player there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like he draws players in then because of that.
Yes, you're
Yeah.
right.
And a nice goal too.
I mean, we had this conversation before. Like, at some point, like other teams have to start challenging again. Like, can the top six really be the top six forever? I mean,
But not this year.
right, well,
last
right. That's a
year.
good point. But like, eventually, there's going to be enough teams that can compete against them, where it's not every good player has to
Yeah.
go to one of six
And-
teams to have a shot in hell.
and
Like,
you-
that
and you
shouldn't
s-
be the case.
You saying that too? I mean, you already seen a drop off. Like,
Right. I mean, and this year has been mind blowing.
I mean,
on
you know,
some of
with,
the
with
results.
United and Arsenal, I mean, it's two teams that are already dropping off.
They might get relegated.
Arsenal literally might.
It might get relegated.
Yeah.
If they get relegated,
That'd be so funny.
oh my God, the things I would do.
So all right, so I'm gonna talk about Watkins first because he misses a pen. Not a good pen. By the way, he's 2 for 6 in his career of penalty kicks. So whoever thought he was the good choice to take it, not it.
Is Grealish just not a good PK taker?
I said the same thing. Like, I mean, like he
You'd
seems like a
think he'd
player that
be-
would want it,
yeah.
right? Like he apparently not so much. So he misses this, and then I think even as blatantly bad as Watkins missing the PK was Trezeguet missing the tap in front of the net.
Yeah.
Like, all he has to do is hit it anywhere else. Anywhere else. And the goalie does not save it. This man hits the ball into his gut, basically. He has a wide open tap in. He could even just let the ball roll past your body and hit it with your right foot. The whole other side of the net was open. No. He reached with his left and just said, "You want it? Take it." And didn't score. And you could tell how pissed he was, too.
Yeah.
And he also had a bloody face later. This shit was crazy. But
Oh, that was. Yeah.
oh, he looked like something out of a freaking horror movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Trezeguet, and then Watkins scores late, gets called for VAR, by inches again. Like, it's crazy. And that was prompted the Grealish VAR tweet.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And let's not I mean, let's talk about West Ham for a second. They're 5th in the table. We literally said the beginning of the year they're going to get relegated.
They are.
Like, they're we said
At this point,
their
stubborn
management's
they
in
are.
shambles, blah blah blah, and they're 5th in the table right now.
yeah.
And they're stringing together some really good results. And like Bowen's been a really surprise player.
Yeah, Bowen's very good.
He scored a goal, had an assist. Of course, Ben Rama, who's on my fantasy team on my bench, got an assist for the the Bowen goal.
Oh yeah, you had
Cavani.
Cavani
Yep,
at bench,
Thanks
2
for
goals and
reminding
an
me.
assist. Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, hey.
Did you win this week?
Nope, lost.
Yeah.
I scored like 30 points total. Which is
I
really
don't
bad.
want to hear it, guys. I needed Watkins to score a goal to win, and he missed a pen, and then got a goal called off for VAR.
I needed Villa to win.
I don't want to hear it.
I scored
needed
30
Vi-
points.
I needed Villa to win. Fuck you, Matt. Easy
All right.
money, my ass. Are we wrapping this up? Game week 10.
Yeah.
We have to have our fun conversation of the week. Oh my God, we're an hour and 5 minutes in.
Well, should we run through the next games?
Yeah, and then we'll go to our fun conversation. It's just going to be a
All
list of 3. I'm going to let you guys think about them after the fact.
All right,
Let's
ready?
get it.
Friday. Wait, we can't do Friday. When that game gets postponed to?
Okay, so Friday postponed.
Yeah, when
Aston
that get
Villa,
postponed to?
Newcastle, because there was positive tests on one of the teams.
When did it get
I'm
postponed to?
not
Do
sure.
we know? Okay.
I think Newcastle had positive
All right,
tests. I can
Saturday.
go now.
Burnley, Everton. I'll start. Everton, 3-0. Fuck
You
you.
don't get to go for like 3
No, you
turns
don't. Everton, fuck you, Burnley. Garrett, UF City, hosting Fulham.
in. We should win. I really hope we do. Yeah, I'm not playing Robinson in fantasy because I don't want to. He's going to get scored on, I think, a lot. I hope Aguero plays, by the way.
Anything else?
Yeah, I say he's going to win.
All right, back to me. Fuck you, Dan.
You have a good game,
United,
though.
Man U, go
I do
to
have a good one.
West Ham. Man U played today. West Ham's been playing pretty well. I hope Van de Beek starts. I hope Greenwood doesn't. I think it's a close game. It's a 1-goal game. I hope United wins. I just feel like West Ham may be the better team, maybe better, well rested.
I don't think Brian's picked Man U to win the last, 9 weeks.
No,
Dead
I
ass.
don't
Safe
fucking know.
bet.
I don't fucking know. Let's move on.
Back to
Dan.
Garrett. Oh, okay.
I'll go with Dan. Leeds at Chelsea. Pretty good game.
It was a really good game. I think I always say this when I have a Leeds game, but I think it's going to be a high-scoring game.
Every week.
I think it's going to be like a 3-2 kind of game, and I think Chelsea
Chelsea's
do win
defense has
this.
been really good, though.
They have been better, yeah. I still go 3-2. I think Chelsea wins this.
I'd like to see a 3-2, the exciting game.
Yeah.
Palace and West Brom. Fuck, I don't know. I mean, I can't tell with Palace. I don't know what team's going to show up. If they're going to play good, if they're going to look like shit.
Well, they didn't have Zaha this week.
If Zaha's back, I think they win. They beat West Brom.
I don't really
who-
know why he's out, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, West Brom gets their first win of the year. I can't see them winning. They're at home, but I still can't see them beating Palace. I think Palace wins this game. I think it's,
Because home field advantage.
yeah.
All
So
right.
I think Palace wins the game.
Blue collar.
Garrett,
I
tough,
never said blue. Never said blue.
Garrett, tough one for you. Leicester at Sheffield. That's a close game.
Sheffield's not scoring a goal for the rest of the season. Leicester wins. Keep going.
Okay. Dan, Arsenal at Tottenham.
Shakes his head.
Oh, Lord. Guys.
This is usually a game I'd be so excited for.
Oh, no.
We're good.
It's usually a game.
technical
I-
issue.
Did
Sorry, guys.
we get all that?
Yeah, we're fine.
Guys, really quick, if you're just listening to this, this isn't a cheap plug here. Please just go watch at the hour and 8-minute mark. Just go watch Dan just shake his head as soon as I say Arsenal and West Ham or Arsenal Tottenham. And just go watch him shake his head. An hour and about 7 minutes. Just go watch it. It's hilarious.
Usually this is a game I'd be so excited for. I am dreading this. I am absolutely dreading this game. It kills me to say this, but they're gonna lose like 3-0.
Yeah,
I
they
think it's
are.
pretty easily gonna lose 3-0.
I
Maybe
see it.
because it's a derby game, maybe they'll be more inspired, but I
They won't.
highly doubt it.
They won't be.
All right.
Highly doubt it.
Wolves at Liverpool.
Oh, I just want to say one more thing. They're saying like, oh, Kane's like a
Oh, he might not
questionable
play.
for the game, but he's gonna play. He's gonna
What?
start and he's gonna score like 3 goals.
What'd he do?
I can guarantee you.
Why is he
It
questionable?
came out today. He might not play. He might not
Yeah.
be healthy.
I don't think
forget
he
what happened.
practiced with the Champions League squad or
Yeah,
Europa
something-
League squad,
yeah,
whatever they're in
something
right
like
now.
that. Yeah.
Wolves at Liverpool. Liverpool win. I really have nothing to say about that. Garrett finished the week on Monday. Southampton at Brighton.
Southampton should win. Brighton just got a good result, but Southampton should win.
Southampton, especially after
2-1, 3-1. Something
that
like that.
2-goal lead they blew Southampton. I think they're going to come out like a little pissed off.
Trey Adams scores 2.
And that is our little preview for match week. Look at that.
Nice.
11. We have no idea when the Villa Newcastle game is going to be played, so.
Oh, wait, what was I looking at before? Okay.
You said you had a fun topic
do.
of discussion
All
today.
We're gonna our topic of the week is gonna be.
Sorry.
I'll give you guys a couple seconds to think about it.
Okay.
It's a pretty big question. I'm not
I'm
gonna lie. It's a
thinking.
lot of people to think about. You have to pick the top 3 outside backs if everyone's healthy in the Premier League. You have top 3 outside backs if all healthy in the Premier League. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to think about it.
Do you have yours?
I have. It doesn't have to be in any particular order.
Okay.
So I'm going to say it again, just in case everyone listening. Top 3 outside backs, if everyone is healthy, in the Premier League. No particular order.
Consulting my phone. I have an idea for a few.
I think there's probably a good 6 or 7 that you're probably picking between in your head if you're thinking about it.
Yeah, you got to think of the blend between going forward
And playing back.
defending as well.
Correct.
Which
A lot of players now are one or the other, it seems
I
like.
hate this question.
I think it's a great question.
go ahead, you go first. I
I
still need
can't do
time.
top 3.
Okay. I think
Too many.
you got to go with Trent because I think
Alright.
you just to be fair to performance-wise, you got to go to Trent. I think Chilwell this year has proven that he can do both. And my last spot's tough. I'm going to go with Luka Digne. That's my 3.
He's been playing really good.
Yeah, that injury
I
sucks.
think
for
there's
him.
one that
I think Robertson needs to get in there too.
I was going to say that's the one player that has to be in top 3 for me.
Well, he can be in your guys' top 3. He just wasn't in mine, guys, okay?
No, we're not. Chill, bro.
All right, what do you guys got?
God, this is tough, man.
I think Trent and Andy both get in. And maybe Digne, maybe Ricardo Pereira when he's healthy for Leicester. He's been really good. Reguilon's only played a few games, but give him a season, he might be up there.
He was one of the other ones, too, I wanted to put up
He's
there.
in,
I want to say Tierney, but Arsenal defense is not great, so I don't think he's top 3.
See, that's tough for me because I think of the United backs too, and I want to say Wan-Bissaka because the way he gets back and he defends and gets those last second slides in is probably as good as anyone in the league, but he just sucks going forward, so I can't put him in there.
All right, just for the clip purposes, Dan, I need your 3. Just need you to state your 3.
Trent, Andy Robertson, Luka Dean.
Okay. Brian? State your 3.
Robertson, Chilwell, and then it's a toss-up between Digne or Reguilon because I really like him.
State your 3.
Fuck you, Digne, Reguilon.
All right, I'm curious. That's going to go on TikTok, by the way, and I can't wait to get pounced on by everyone
TikTok.
saying that we're choosing the wrong people.
Wait,
It's going to be
TikTok.
so fun. Who do we leave out? Who's gonna be the most commented person that we didn't put in?
We definitely are missing someone that's very obvious.
I feel like we are, too.
I feel like we are.
All right, let's go through the quick. Trust me, it's not City outside backs.
It's
like
not.
Walker ain't
It's not
So,
United. It's not Tellez or
it's not Walker. It's not Cancelo.
it's not Tellez, Shaw or Saka.
Reece James has looked good, but he's not there yet.
It's nobody even sniffs near an Arsenal.
Everton backs, we did Digne. Not Villa backs. Who else?
Leicester backs.
Who's the other Tottenham back? They don't even have like a set other
Is
back.
there Leicester back?
We talked about Pereira.
Oh, Pereira.
I
I don't fucking know.
mean,
Maybe not.
Are we missing? I don't think we're missing really anyone obvious. I think we mentioned the top ones probably, right?
Yeah, I think we did.
Traore isn't an outside back anymore, right? He used to be a wing.
He's listed as a forward in
Yeah,
fantasy.
he used to be a wing back.
Yeah, but he's not.
All
All
right.
right.
I think we're good with our picks.
All right, so we're not going to get roasted too hard in the comments at least.
Well, and when Garrett's talking about, TikTok, at League Pints, by the way.
Right, at League Pints on
Cheap plug.
TikTok.
Actually, we can just start plugging everything because we've been at this for an hour and 15 almost.
Yeah.
Wrap it up?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
go 2 hours. Let's
All right, so
let's
4
just get
minutes,
there.
guys.
All right, guys, so VAR, right? Here we go.
No, that's another episode. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, thank you very much for listening, watching. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe on YouTube. Podcast listen is, what is it?
Spotify, Apple Music.
Apple Music.
Think about like Pandora too. I don't even know.
Anywhere you like to Pandora. Anywhere you like to listen to your podcast.
We're probably there.
We're on that. All our social media at League Pints. It's pretty snazzy shit on there.
Our second post got over 1,000 views on TikTok.
Yeah, you guys are crushing it on TikTok. We're crushing it. We're gonna be famous.
Dude,
soon.
honestly, it's because people post and just comment and say that we're wrong. Most of these people
why
arguing
we
with
wanna
us.
I'm gonna start going on there and start yelling at everyone who comments. You're wrong. No, you're wrong, idiot.
It's like, is it Kane?
Come on
or
the
is
show.
it Grealish? It's like, you're wrong. I'm like, all right, well, sorry. Jesus.
You know what that
I mean,
means?
we are experts, so we
that,
are
that
right.
just means
technically.
there's some passionate soccer fans out there. You love it.
It's always like guys like, you forgot Salah, and he's got a Liverpool avatar as his fucking logo, and I'm like, all right, my bad.
Anyway, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Make sure you download the podcast, subscribe on YouTube. Thank you guys again. Blue collar workers out there. Thank you for doing what you do.
Way to be the glue. Way to be the glue.
Way to be the glue of this country.
All right, we gotta get off this.
Yeah, we gotta go. It's been after 15. All right, have a good one. Bye.
Peace.